For a second, we all believed we'd get the Beth and Rip spinoff in the fall of 2025, but I guess we were dead wrong. Now we're eyeing 2026, and thankfully, this time we have more details on what to expect. Today, we'll talk about the new cast members, the official synopsis, as well as episode 1 details, so buckle up because it's going to be a wild ride. The first thing I want to say is this. As Cole Hauser revealed earlier, the show's title has not been announced yet. The Dutton Ranch, on the other hand, is just the working title of the show, and that's it. Now that I've made that clear, let's take a look at the plot. Beth Dutton and Rip Wheeler are grateful for the peace they sought, fought, and nearly died for with their 7,000-acre Dutton Ranch. With tough times and stiff competition, Beth and Rip do what they must to survive, all while ensuring Carter becomes the man he's supposed to be. Right from the beginning, we understand that even though our characters find some peace, it's not going to last long. They have to survive while taking care of Carter. So, in the first half of episode 1, I expect to see the peace they found. Imagine Beth preparing some food for Carter, kissing his forehead, and sending him off to Rip to get some work done. Imagine Beth and Rip sitting by the fireplace, sipping their drinks on a quiet night. After everything they've been through, they all deserve a break, especially our boy Carter. If you're familiar with my videos, then you already know how bad I feel for this poor boy. Beth and Rip were not able to fully accept him as their own, but I feel like this spinoff is about to change their dynamics, and I'm so ready for it. Carter is a good boy who deserves a proper mother and father figure in his life, and I just hope Beth and Rip will put more effort into this. While the first half is quiet, I expect the second half to reveal the problems Beth and Rip are about to handle. Now, let's take a look at the new cast members, because I believe we'll see them all in the very first episode, especially the villains, and they'll shape the rest of the story, for sure. We have Mark Menchaca as Zachariah, who is a newly released jailbird trying to rebuild his life as a wrangler and cowboy. He'll probably end up working with Beth and Rip, but I don't think he'll get into their lives that quietly. You know, I get Travis vibes from this character, so I feel like Rip and Zachariah will have some beef, and then Rip will decide they can work together. But what do you think? Then we have J.R. Villarreal as Azul, a whipcord wrangler and Rip's right-hand man. He'll probably already be there when the episode opens, so I don't think his screen time will be that high, at least in episode 1, but we'll definitely get some introduction to his character since he's going to be Rip's right-hand man. He might also be like a brother to Carter, but I guess we'll see about that. Now, let's take a look at the villains. Here, I'd like to mention Pablo Raba playing Joaquin, who's a worker at a major ranch and the guy who fixes problems. Now, this major ranch he's working at might be Beth and Rip's rival, so we might see Joaquin as one of the villains. In episode 1, we might see him paying a visit to Beth and Rip's ranch, threatening them discreetly or something like that. Because, as the synopsis suggests, there will be stiff competition, and he's the guy who fixes problems, if you know what I mean. Another villain might be Rob Will, played by Jai Courtney. His character is described as an imposing, unpredictable ranch foreman, and I feel like he's working with Joaquin. Together, they might cause serious problems for Beth and Rip, and episode 1 might be the one where we see him taking certain steps toward his mission. Alright, so who's the head of this ranch? I have a feeling that it's Beulah Jackson, played by Annette Bening. She's described as the powerful, cunning, and charming head of a major ranch in Texas, and I'm so glad we're getting a female character for such an important role. In episode 1, I expect Beth and Beulah to meet for the first time, looking pretty friendly with each other at first, and then turning into enemies. But what do you think? Another female character we've got is Oriana, played by Natalie Allen Lynn. Now, I feel like she's Beulah's daughter, even though there's no confirmation on that, and she's described as a striking young woman with a wild and free spirit. She'll probably have her problems with her mama or with the way she's handling business, but no matter what, she'll be an icon for sure. And I feel like we'll have a blossoming romance between her and Carter. The actress playing Oriana is 25 years old but looks much younger, so I feel like it's a safe bet. Imagine Beth, Rip, and Carter paying a visit to Beulah's ranch to say hi, and Carter falling for Oriana. That would be so nice. I always love the romance part of the Yellowstone universe, and I want my boy Carter to find love and happiness so bad. Also, if I'm right about her connection to the story, it would be a nice Romeo and Juliet type story, and I'm so down for it. Last but not least, we have a neutral character, Everett McKinney, played by none other than Ed Harris himself. Everett is a weathered veteran and veterinarian who treats animals with compassion and understanding and has a good sense of humor. He sounds like a cool guy who deeply cares for animals, and I feel like we'll see him helping basically everyone. Maybe at some point, Beth and Rip's cattle might get sick, and that could be the moment where Everett steps in. Makes sense, right? I just don't know if we'll see him in episode 1 or not. Okay, so this show is set to air on Paramount Plus in 2026, and while we don't have an exact date yet, we already know they started filming in August 2025. So, summer or fall 2026 seems pretty likely. A teaser will probably hit the internet a few months earlier, and we'll get the full trailer about a month before the actual release. What do you think about the new cast members? And are you planning to watch this spinoff? Let's discuss in the comments below, and after that, you can go and watch this video next.